Alright. This is going to be a video submission for ESA Together. I'll be submitting somehow one. Oh yeah, I need to change this, I think. Oh, we're good. Okay. I'll be submitting new game easy for this game, and I'll be doing a run here with a little bit of commentary. So let's get started. I'll run with splits. So Silent Hill is a game that marathons like ESA, GDQ are very familiar with. The series itself has been on those events very frequently, with other games like Silent Hill 2 and 3, especially 4 sometimes.
Cheryl?
We had
Is that Cheryl?
GDQ X, I believe, even Silent Hill Homecoming for the first time. So this game is
Where are you
pretty well
going?
known.
Hey,
But
wait!
I believe
Stop!
since it was last presented at ESA, new things were discovered. I'm not sure actually right now, but I would like this opportunity to present this game. I don't think ESA gets too many Brazilian runners as well, or runners from South America, so that would be nice for a change. I don't know. I think that would be a little, nice diversification. I don't know, but it's going to be this is my first time even submitting a run to ESA. I can submit this run because, of course, since it's an online marathon, I can do it just fine. Alright, we have a little bit of RNG.
What is
This
this?
is a no reset run, so
What's
we're not
going
really
on
worried
here?
about that. Alright, it looks like we got the good RNG. So yeah, this will be my first time submitting to this because I cannot really travel, so I don't even bother submitting. We're not gonna pick up health drinks. We don't need them. No. Come on. They make our menus worse. I don't really want that. So
What's
yeah,
that?
we have the radio cutscene and all that.
Huh. Radio.
Of course, I will do proper
What's
commentary
going
during
on
the
with that
run.
radio?
I'm not sure if I would like to do like I don't know, actual commentary, like the same kind of commentary that I would do in a marathon. For this submission, let's see what kind of RNG we get here. Oh, we got good RNG.
This is not a dream.
Got a nice stars
What's
actually.
happening to this place?
It'd be fun if this run actually PB'd, like after grinding so much. Oh yeah, I'm recording this like one run with no resets really, no other takes. Of course, now like in the game we're gonna get 3 keys to open the 11th Street house door. But yeah, I'm very excited for this. It would be a really kind of a new experience for me. Kind of, I say kind of because this is not my first time submitting to a marathon. I have done submissions for Brazilian marathons, which are obviously smaller. They were also online marathons. I have submitted to the biggest Brazilian marathon, which usually is presidential, called Brazilians Against Time. I've of course submitted this game. Unfortunately, because of the situation that we are now, that marathon is not going to be presential anymore. It's now going to be online. So there has been a few adjustments done to schedules and all that stuff. But I'm still going to run on Brazilians Against Time. It's going to happen in April. I think it's going to happen after ESA Together. One thing that I submitted as a potential bid war for this game, something that I would like to propose here. This is very interesting that we can do with this game. I don't think it was ever done. We could do a bid war to choose the ending of the game. So this game has 4 endings. Good plus, bad plus. It has a secret ending UFO, but we cannot do that on new game. But like we were always going to do the plus ending. You know, good plus or bad plus. In case of any percent, you know, this category, we'll do the bad plus ending. New game easy, right? But a nice idea that I've had for Brazilians Against Time that could be used for ESA Together is to choose whether we get the bad plus or the good plus ending. I run both. It's pretty easy. The good plus ending is only a minute slower, a minute and something. It doesn't raise the estimates anyway. Not that much really. Let's get this. Oh, that was actually a really good early papers pickup. What the hell? What the heck? So it's actually pretty good so far. But yeah, we could do that bid war, good plus versus bad plus. If people choose good plus, just a minute slower. All we have to do is the Kaufman side quest, and like that's like 40 minutes into the run. Excuse me. It's a pretty good pace. So we can have a similar thing as save and kill the animals like in Super Metroid. It's just the ending of the game changes. You save an extra character and fight a different boss at the end of the game. Everything else is pretty much the same. The only thing that changes other than that is a few menus at the end of the game, which are no big deal. Sorry. Yeah, we're headed to the first major part of the game. I do not plan on doing too many save strats really, especially for this run. Maybe for the actual run, I would do like a save strat in one spot just to make sure I don't get grabbed there, because that's what I would do with no reset runs. But I'll YOLO for this run, especially since it's a decent pace. But what if, right? The school is pretty easy. It's not easy for newcomers, but those enemies, they can grab you, but since we're playing on easy, they are not going to be... Okay, damn it. They're not going to be dealing too much damage. I had to do a save strat there because I messed up my movement a little bit. It's okay. Doesn't lose that much time anyway. So we're essentially picking up some items to progress through the game. Gold medallion, then we're gonna pick the silver medallion, and then we're gonna unlock the clock tower door to go through the other world school. That's essentially the first part of the school. But yeah, we have to dodge and avoid those enemies at all costs, because if they grab you, you lose like 2 to 3 seconds. It's really bad. I didn't want to see a grabless school, a hitless school, whatever we call it. Yeah, so this is the hard one. But there's another one that can be pretty bad. I mean the dodge, you know. Talking a little bit about me right now. Let me do the piano puzzle first, because I need silence for this. Oh no. Okay, no big deal. Messed up a little bit, but alright. Hold on. So yeah, the next dodge is the one that I'm probably gonna do save strats for the marathon. Loses like a second, but yeah, this one. So I found a strat here that I did that's quite consistent, but it's not 100% consistent. Hasn't been working, to be honest. It hasn't been working out that well like lately. But it's to dodge the guy closer to the door. We're going back to turn on the boiler here. Sorry that I'm coughing so much. So we're gonna do it again. We have to do it 2 times, so I'm gonna YOLO again. Yeah, that's the strat that I've been using, but there's like a much more consistent strat. But you see, it's worth going for this because faster. The other involves you walking, stopping like for 1 second. It's not good. It's actually good pace. I've been getting good paces lately. I think I'm going to PB soon. So yeah, talking about me a little bit. I am a runner of this game, of course. I've been running this game for almost 3 years in total. But the 80% categories I've been running for around 2 years. I used to run a category called 10 star, which is completely different. That's how I started with the game. Alright. So progressing through the years, running this game, grinding a lot, different categories. I am 3rd place in every single, all of the 3 main categories. I am really close to 2nd place though. For any percent, the world record is 30 minutes and 8 seconds. This is another thing that I would like to talk about, of course. If you're wondering why the estimate's so high compared to the time, it's because the time is IGT and we're doing RTA. This is a PlayStation 2, by the way. It's not PS2, it's not PS3 or emulator. The world record is set in a PlayStation 1, the 2nd place is set in a PS2, and the 3rd place, which is me, is set in a PS2. IGT in this game is really good. It's, as far as we know, consistent throughout every platform that you can play the game. Even on platforms that the emulation is not that great, like PS2, yeah. Just equip the shotgun and the rubber and put the rubber ball. This pace is really good. This pace is actually really good. 1338 ball. Should be looking at like 7 seconds ahead. Granted, everything goes well. Imagine if I PB like in this video. That would be so funny. That would be funny. But yeah, I get paces like this all the time. It's just that, you know, there's a lot of... Oh, no. There's a lot of game ahead of us. There's an inconsistent trick that I'm gonna go over later. But it will make it look consistent, I think. Hopefully. Alright. Hold on a second. Oh, that's not good. Alright. Minor time lost there, no big deal. So yeah, like I was saying, our record is 30 minutes, 8 seconds. The second place run is 30 minutes and 25 seconds, and my personal best is 30 minutes and 26 seconds. So I'm 18 seconds behind our record, and I am 1 second behind Punchy, second place, which he has run in both ESA and GDQ before, maybe other marathons, I don't know. But he runs in PSTV, so that's why his estimate was so low. Because PSTV is 10 minutes. I don't think it's 10 minutes, I think it's like 7 minutes faster RTA, but the RTA doesn't matter unless you are like comparing submission estimates, which then, you know, I could never submit against PSTV, unfortunately. But since I don't think PSTV run is being submitted for this marathon, got better RNG there. It's okay. I think I have a chance. I really would like to showcase this game. It would be my first time really showcasing a game myself in a marathon that's not on my native language. I have done 2 marathons, 2 online Brazilian marathons before, but they're all in my main language. I stream all the time in English, of course. As you can see, at least when I'm talking about this game, I can speak pretty well, I guess. This is the Valve room. This room is actually really hard to get it right. I think I actually got it right. Very good. This is a pretty good school. I got stuck in the little stairs thing in front of the door, like after picking up the key. I think it's classroom key. But yeah, this is the first boss in the game. Boss that can actually insta-kill you, but we're just gonna shoot him 3 times in the head. And then he goes second phase, and then we just shoot him 2 times. Easy. Very good. Good pace. I don't think this run is fast load time, so pretty good pace. What I mean fast load time is that this game has load variance. So sometimes it loads a little bit faster than others, so the RTA splits are not that reliable, unfortunately. I use them for reference still, but you can have a pretty good idea if you have a fast load or a slow load run. I think this is mid, but yeah. Sometimes you have like a -6 RTA, but your IGT is still +5. That's not a problem with the IGT. The IGT is consistent. What is inconsistent is the RTA. Since I am playing on a PlayStation 2 on a console, there's no known method for having access to the IGT on the PS2. It's potentially doable on a PS3 or on a PS1, but nobody has done that yet. If you could do that, see into the memory of the game, you could have potentially access to the game's IGT on the PS1, and you can have IGT splits. If you see somebody run an emulator, they will have IGT splits most definitely, because why not? It's so easy to get that value. Damn it, I'm a little sick. I apologize for that. We were just gonna go to the hospital. Bad line. There's a few enemies in the way. There are a few enemies in the way that can chase you and hit you. I'll try to manipulate this guy to not chase me. Yeah, it works. All I have to do is hug the left, really. Then, First we go to the church, pick up 2 items there. And then we can cross the bridge to go to the hospital. There's a really hard room before that. When we say hard room, it's just optimized movement and stuff. Oh yeah, so far this run is grabless, hitless, damageless, whatever you want to call it. It's impossible to do damageless runs in this game, like if you're doing out of bounds, because it's a damage boost. So okay. Oh, sorry. All right. So we picked up the 2 keys in the church, and now we have to go to the hospital. That's it. So yeah, I think I talked about pretty much everything that I wanted. Like, it would be nice to have a bid war between Bad Plus and Good Plus. This would be my first time submitting a run to this kind of event. I would be very happy to participate in that, to support the events in my, showcasing my gameplay, which I love to do. This room is very hard. I got it right though. Oh, okay, no big deal. Wow, I think I opened the menu a frame early actually. That's unfortunate. I realized that it was a little bit far. Like, this room is very hard to do the movement from the door to this control panel. And I did the movement correctly. I just opened the menu like a frame early. I think it was actually a frame early. I am also a tasker for this game, by the way. I have been making a task for almost a year. I've actually completed my first task of this game, and my first task of all. But I wasn't too happy with it, or wasn't happy enough, wasn't satisfied. So I started remaking it from the beginning, and I'm having some success with it. It's 50% remade. But yeah, I should deliver my tasks in a couple of months, I believe. I was actually trying to do it earlier a little bit. I decided to do this video. Yeah, it's okay. We lost a little bit of time since we messed up the thing. The hospital is pretty heavy on RNG because, well, I would say actually the hospital is pretty easy on execution, most of the things, or easier than the school. But you've got some key points of RNG that there's nothing that you can do. Like, sometimes you just get blocked and you just take the time lost and there's nothing you can do. It's not like the school that you can take very safe strats and like have consistent times always. In the hospital there's no option. If an enemy blocks you, you just lose time. There's a small trick in the hospital, which is not really a trick, but we call it the nurse skip. That's RNG basically, so it's not really skill based. You forget the good RNG, you get the nurse skip. If you don't get it and lose 5 seconds or almost that much time. I think it's like 3 to 4 seconds. This is really bad. This part of the hospital, this beginning here, is actually the hardest part of the hospital in that execution lines. Especially those elevators here, they can be pretty awkward to do. But you have to go to the 2nd and 3rd floor, check this door. Same thing at the 3rd floor, and this is like some kind of awkward movement to do it like very fast. And then you go to the 4th floor. The 4th floor appears spooky. So now we get to the Underworld Hospital, which is essentially where the entirety of our hospital section is going to be. Now all we have to do is pick up key items and do a puzzle. The first puzzle that we're gonna do, we're gonna pick up an item here. Part of the puzzle. first part of the hospital is picking up all those 4 plates with Alice in Wonderland theme. To solve the puzzle that unlocks the door. This blood pack is also a part of picking up those plates. This is the first part of RNG. Looks like we got bad RNG, but I still managed to get through the door because the hitbox of the door is pretty large. So even if the nurse is blocking us that way, you can still go. But there's a chance that nurse will walk forward in that position. And if that's the case, you just lose 3 to 4 seconds. You're just screwed. There's actually already the 3rd plate of the puzzle, and we're gonna pick up the 4th plates on the 2nd floor using the blood pack that we picked up just now. Before that, we're going to pick up a lighter to clear the path later. Gonna burn some vines that are in the way. Talking about time saves and optimizations in this game, here's the blood pack, by the way, usage, glass plates. It's pretty much based on your movements and how good you are at doing perfect movements or close to perfect movement and opening doors like as soon as possible. That's where a task would save a lot of time, because if you're saving a few frames here and there, at the end of the game you're looking at like 20 seconds saved just by opening doors earlier, a frame earlier, since this game has a lot of doors. A thing that a human cannot really control that much. Puzzles in this game are always the same every time, so there's no RNG, there's no risk. You just memorize the solution and go. This is the room with the nurse skip, by the way. We got the bad RNG, we're not gonna get the nurse skip. Like, I cannot push the nurse because the way she was turned. If I could push the nurse, I would be able to go through this double door before she finishes her death animation. But while she is in her death animation, her hitbox persists. Oh, that burst! The nurse almost blocked me there. The burst. So yeah, that's like a 3 to 4 second time loss. It's pretty unfortunate. The world records that were set without another skip, though. It's not the end of the board, of course. Here we're just gonna push the cabinet here to go to the secret basement, and all we're gonna do there is pick up a key. But before that, I need to burn those vines in my way, like I said earlier. First, use the alcohol, and then we use the lighter. These cutscenes are unskippable. So have a little bit of break. It's like less than 10 seconds, really. It's kind of nice to drink some water. So all we're gonna do here is pick up a key and go back. Really, there are a few creepy rooms here to look.
What's this?
Pick up this key. Beware of the photograph. You don't want to look at that. You don't want to lose time. Open the doors carefully without hitting them. And now we're gonna pick up some shotgun shells. The last shotgun shells that we're gonna pick up. Even if we're doing good plus, don't need more ammo. Oh, okay. Tried to do something there. Shouldn't have gone for that. Try to save like a few frames. This is the curse of being a tasker, because you see what task can do and you try to go for those kind of strats, those kind of small optimizations that saves you a frame. You do that like subconsciously. Alright, got a decent doctor, and there you go. We're still in a really good pace, actually. I'm very consistent with this game. I grind this game all the time. Okay. So I don't think I'm going to get a 31.
Was I dreaming?
think I'm going to get a 30. Ah, okay, this is really bad. Wow. This pickup is the worst pickup of this run. There is a worse pickup though. Well, no, I think this is worse than the magnet, really. For a good plus. This pickup is so bad because it's overlapped by the nothing useful text box that takes the entire table and have to pick up a key right there. I always lose time to this in good runs. It's so sad, dude. Now we're making our way to the antique shop, and if you are familiar with this game, you know that there's a trick happening now. Oh, sorry, there's a trick coming up called the antique shop skip. It's the only out of bounds of the game, and only one of the two major glitches. This skips over a minute of the game. It skips between filler boss fights, makes the ammo route better, skips the rifle, all of that. The shopping mall parts. This trick is the biggest run killer in the game for every single runner, myself included, I guess. Maybe not, but yeah. I can safely say that I am really good at this trick. I have practiced this thousands of times. I always practice this before doing runs. So, like, we're definitely gonna get at least third try, if ever, like, worst case scenario. So we're not gonna be stuck here, don't worry. If you have an unexperienced runner to try and do this trick, it might take several tries, especially if, you know, they are nervous and stuff, especially in good runs. But I will try to get first try every time. I usually reset if I don't get first try, because your odds of, like, with this pace, for example, there was no way I could PB. Let's see if I can get a first try for this. Would be nice. If I don't, it's no big deal. You just lose in 6 seconds. Well, we got... okay, unfortunate. Got a slow pattern. Oh wow, so unlucky. Okay. Let's try again. Really? This happened again? Wow. Can I do this? Okay, we done this. Wow, that's so unlucky, man. Alright. Yeah, this trick consists in damage boosting through that transition. We're using the romper, that enemy there. And now we can just walk in the air. We are basically walking through we have basically walked through walls, and we're warping ourselves to the other side of the map on top of this part here of the game, which fortunately is active, so we can go down, and now we are in the other world. Oh yeah, well, we were in the other world, but we are in the hospital now. We're skipping the entirety of the 2 filler flights, and we can just go to the hospital because all of this is active. It's not the only place where you can go out of bounds, but it's the only place that's worth it. That was a really bad out of bounds attempt, by the way. It's a 4th try. It's really bad. You're gonna see my splits how much time I'm going to lose. But IGT is not gonna lose that much. I lost like probably 30 seconds. Basically because of partially bad luck and some very obscure minor mistakes in my movement. It's pretty sad because that was actually a good run. I'm going to change my strats for this singer. I think there's a better way of killing it. I tried to do a little bit of that here. It's actually pretty good, pretty fast. Alright, well, that's the float singer down. We skipped the first phase-ish of it. You know, the worm twin filler that we fight in the shopping mall becomes float stinger. We skip that with the out of bounds. So even if we're losing like 28 seconds RTA, we're just losing with four fails. We're losing like 20 seconds IGT probably. But yeah, if you're watching, you just saw the worst case scenario pretty much on out of bounds. I don't think it gets worse than that really. Like only if I get extremely unlucky. I've got really bad patterns there, and I'm not gonna lie, I think I messed up a little bit as well. This is, but I did not even practice before doing this. I just turned on the console and start recording really. No excuses though. Here's a small trick. Here you can actually run from the start here, like that. If you let go of all your inputs while the cutscenes, like, and skip the cutscene. We used to think that it was impossible to do that, but this is the only thing that I actually discovered about this game. A good time save. We got the good RNG here. Oh, not really. We got the actual worst RNG in the series. This is a deceiving one. You think you got a good RNG, but you didn't. Series just like Hospital. Sometimes you just get blocked and there's nothing you can do. That's the absolute worst RNG. Is the one where the lizard steps forward, and you just get blocked. So like in the Hospital, I got decent RNG. Well, not real. I got pretty bad because no nerf skip. So we're looking at a run with really bad RNG here. Your average no reset run, bad RNG. Decent execution, but bad luck. Out of bounds was terrible. So you can see that even with all those factors, we're not even going to get close to breaking an estimate, going over estimate. I think I got the good luck here though. Yeah, we got the good RNG here where this guy pre-aggroes and we can just go through. A lot of the times it doesn't do that and we take the hit. There's no way I can save time here in the series anymore. The series is almost a yellow split, pretty much. I'm gonna turn off my lights here to not aggro those roaches earlier so they don't body block me in any way. But there's no way we can go over estimate. I think the estimate for this should be 57 minutes if we're doing good plus. It's a comfortable estimate, I guess. We're going to showcase, since my splits now are really far behind anyway, I'm going to showcase something that I'm going to in the run. Which is the Sybil skip glitch. We don't do that, so that also adds to the RTA, that also adds to the estimates. That doesn't add to the IGT. So we can do that without actually losing IGT. We can showcase the glitch. It's like 30 seconds of RTA. So I'm just gonna do that. But here we are at the end of the series already. It's no big deal. It's pretty easy. Sewers are not too hard, really. It's just the doors that can be a little bit of a pain to open because of their hitbox. It's pretty easy to bump on them. And at the beginning of the series, we've got those enemies that can block you and there's nothing you can do. The second half of it's really, really chill. The only thing that can really, can he really have a problem is this last dude. He's right at the side of the door. If you bonk at this door, you're gonna get hit by him. Nothing bad happened. So I'm not gonna save Kaufman. I'm going for the bad plus for this. I have bad plus splits. But here is the point of the run where the bid war could end and we could go and save Kaufman if good plus wins. I'm just gonna take the bad plus route though, just in case you guys don't want to do like the bid war thing. But I think it's a good idea. I think it should be something to be taken in consideration. I need to sneeze. Alright, sorry. I messed my movement quite a bit there. I'm a little sick. Oh, now we're in the resort area. We're past the Kaufman side quest parts. So Kaufman side quest is save a character in the game called Kaufman, and you do the whole side quest to make him pick up a certain item. And at the end of the game, he throws that item in the boss and turns the boss into the good plus boss. So it turns Incubator into Incubus by doing that, and you fight Incubus instead of Incubator. So that's what triggers the good plus ending, or rather the good ending. The plus is save and symbol, which we'll always do. And that's a minute slower because you have to do the Kaufman side quest thing. So my estimate should be 57, maybe 55. Let's see how long this run's gonna take, but maybe 56, I don't know. Only considering that we're going to do good plus, or we can do good plus. I turned off my lights here in order to... Oh, that's not good. Okay, we're gonna get the bad meme here happening. Yeah, this... Okay, wow. So we saw that enemy chasing me. That's the really, really bad meme. Wow. It's the top of the stairs meme. Whenever that happens, you are losing several seconds to that enemy grabbing you as a romper, right? The same enemy that we damage boosted earlier to get the out of bounds as a romper. He can meme you here really badly. He almost did, but I got lucky and he didn't jump at me, luckily. But if he jumps at you, you're just losing a lot of time. You're just losing like 5 to 6 seconds. This run's really bad now. It started really well, but... Alright. Yeah, this is just the lighthouse section. It's quite a finick. You have to walk there a little bit. I'm doing like what a Taz would do, kinda. That's the optimal strat so far that I can see. Might save a little bit of time because the thing with the lighthouse was pretty good actually. There's a dog here. We can also get memed by this dog. There's a small chance that he goes down the stairs, but it's like a really small chance. But there's also a chance that he just blocks you on the way there. At the top of the stairs, such a big meme. It happened in world record paces, and it always happened in PvP paces. So bad. Because you're losing 5 to 6 seconds right at the end of the game, where you're looking at looking to try and get like 1 second time save. You're probably like 3 seconds ahead, and you got a 6 second time loss. It's really unfortunate, especially because it's just RNG and it's not supposed to happen. Just an enemy that pre-aggro. This loser can also block me, but he behaved this time. So yeah, like there are a few things that can go wrong regarding to enemies. Even so, my health, even with like a failing out of bounds so many times, losing health there, taking a few hits, my health is nowhere near close to red, so we don't need to take health things anyway. This guy will never grab you if you don't take a risk here. Here's the amusement part, skips, Sybil glitch. I'm going to use the red liquid they're supposed to use a Sybil creature called a larval stalker. Is a mob really that doesn't harm you. It's like a baby ghost. And that actually triggers the end of that fight. So this little guy here. I'm going to let the cutscene play for the sake of marathon. So we're gonna be losing a lot of RTA in this next segment, but it's no big deal. This is what happens, so I think it's mandatory to show, like, right? People always show this in marathons, so it's so funny. This is a larval stalker, right?
Sybil, wake up! Snap out
I
of
love
it.
this cutscene.
Sybil,
Harry, what happened?
shh! Don't talk. I'll take care of you.
Yeah, Harry, you will. All right. So now we're already at the last area of the game. It's nowhere. But since I let the cutscene play, which I usually did not in my runs, we're gonna be losing a lot of time in RTA, but not IGT. Remember, IGT does not take door transitions, menu transitions, cutscenes. It slows down with the frame rates as well. So in rooms where the frame rate is bad, it slows down. I forgot to talk about the IGT, but yeah, we're going to be talking. Oh damn, we're going to be talking about all those things properly in the marathon when it happens. Oh. Nowhere is, for me, the hardest part of the run. Wow. The reason for that is because it's relatively technical in high level. There are plenty of puzzles that you want to do it fast and you can easily choke. There's a really hard dodge at the end of it, which you really want to get it, because if you don't, you're losing 2 to 3 seconds, just like this pool. You're trying to dodge an invisible enemy, basically. And I have a setup for it, but fortunately my last few runs I haven't gotten it. I actually lost PB runs to that, PB pace runs to that. It's no big deal though. So the first puzzle that you can potentially mess up is this one, but yeah. I know it looks really easy, but if you're like that, if you're trying to do it fast like that, because you want to put the menu and cancel instantly, it can mess it up a little bit. Really, you got an input drop as well. God damn it. This is another puzzle that's pretty easy to mess up. Like I did, but it's like very, very little. No big deal. If you mess up those things, you're losing seconds, so losing a few seconds. So for like marathon purposes, once again, you're never gonna blow the estimate. I think my estimate can actually be 55, even with Git Plus, actually. We'll see how much this is gonna be, and I'm gonna add like 1 minute from this. I think 55 is pretty alright. I'm going to do YOLO strat here, just for fun. Yeah, we got it. YOLO strat is walking towards the thing, the clock. It's a strat that saves frames, really. Not recommended. Might as well practice a little bit since we are chilling. Here's the Nowhere, hardest puzzle of nowhere. Not too hard, Rice. But yeah, it's pretty easy to mess up as well, especially in good runs. If you are nervous, call nowhere for choke. We call nowhere choke city for a reason. If you're here in a good pace, the nerves really starts. You know. Oh, another room picking up a few key items like Crest of Mercury. There are 5 religious artifacts or artifacts that symbolize religions in this in nowhere, and you have to pick up all 5 of them to open the final door. So that's essentially what we're looking for going throughout nowhere. While picking up keys to open doors, to pick up keys to open doors. It's pretty much this game in a nutshell. And here we have to put the ring of contract in this fridge. If you don't do that, bad things happen. This is the second place in the game where you can actually get an insta-kill. If you don't put the ring of contract there, a monster comes out of the fridge and insta-kills you. Really? Oh, I hate this hitbox. It's like a pixel off. Damn it. Open up a pack of jelly beans to pick up this key, and this key opens the door very close to us. Yeah, another religious artifact. Ink. Just the way I picked it up. Oh, yeah, there's an invisible enemy there, by the way, or it's not really invisible, but its textures, like, make it pretty much invisible. But the dodge that I was talking about earlier is this one, right here. Yeah, I can get it. So see, those enemies grab me. We lose 2 seconds. Yeah, I have a setup for this, but I have not been making this, not being executing this properly. Because if you execute this properly, you should get most of the times or all the times. I think I should practice this a little bit, but all honesty. We're losing time once again because we didn't skip the cutscene there. Yeah, 55 should be good. Should be good enough. So this is the last item of the game, is this Ouroboros. And it's the last religious item as well. I'm gonna pick up. And this is the final door of the game. So we just put all those items here. Oh. Ah. Oh no. Alright. All there's left is the final boss of the game. Is really easy. No risk of death. No risk of messing up. All I am going to do is aim, walk forward 4 steps, and shoot it 4 to 6 times. RNG. Five times, and that's how. That's the game done. 53-43.
Daddy.
Cheryl!
Thank you, Daddy. Goodbye.
I think I'm going to put the estimate as 56. Yeah.
Cheryl?
If we can do good plus as the bid war, the estimate should be 56.
Can't leave like this.
I think 55 is gonna be really tight.
Cheryl?
Especially if the out of bounds goes badly, but yeah. 56 should be good. Luffy's lucky number. The only thing that's left really is to see the ranking screen, just to see my time. That's important.
Harry. Go.
That's the most important thing, right? This cutscene is unskippable. And I think it's gonna be like a 31-25. Oh, not even a 31. Wow. So for leaderboards, this should be like 4th or 5th. No, this is 5th place. Yeah. Don't even need to check. So yeah, sub 31 is really good for a marathon. It's pretty solid, especially considering what happened in Out of Bounds and a few of the unlucky things that happened during the run. In IGT wise, it's only 30 seconds behind my run, 29 to be exact. Right, and I really hope to participate in the events. It's going to be once again my first time showcasing this. I have a passion for this game. I am very, very dedicated to this game, even going so far to tasks and do that kind of stuff. It's going to be completed in the near future. And I hope the video was good, and if you watch the entire thing, I'd love to have a chance for this and to contribute, to give my contribution to the event as well. But yeah, thanks for watching, and this is my run. Can either go get plus or good plus if you want to go with the bid war thing. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Thanks.